Today, we're talking about the new series Growing Up, which begins streaming on Disney Plus September 8th, 2022. And with us today are Ekwa Msangi, the director of the Vanessa episode, Elegance Bratton, the director of the Amiri episode, Amiri Nash, whose story is shared in his episode Amiri, Vanessa Aryee, who stars in her episode called Vanessa, and Rudy Valdez, who directed the David episode.
So to start us, Mr. Nash, you've spoken about in your episode that you have found a lack of Black gay role models in the media. How does it make you feel to know that you can be a role model for kids looking for exactly that?
It makes me feel really hopeful that more role models are coming. I think it gives me the feeling that if I can be a role model, then so many other people can be Black gay role models for other Black gay youth all around them, and not just on a mass scale, but in little everyday interactions. But overall, it's an amazing feeling. And I think that my biggest hope is that so many other Black gay men experience the same feeling just in their everyday lives.
So, Miss Aryee, sharing your story through the show will help you become an immigrant and Black role model for so many different people. What was it like when you found out that you would get to share your story on this Disney Plus show?
Yeah, when I found out, it took me a minute. I didn't quite believe it, but then after it sunk in, I was like, wow. I kept repeating wow, because that's all I wanted when I was a kid, just to see myself. And so to be that person for so many other people, so many other Black girls, Black people in general, I was just like, it can't get better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Valdez, the episode you directed is about masculinity. How did talking to the hero and perhaps your own experience bring this issue to light?
It was fascinating because, masculinity is something that we, have struggled with as a society for such a long time. And we're always put, especially as young men, the second we throw a football or like throw a baseball, it's like, okay, your sport, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. And, growing up as somebody who, I wouldn't say I was the best athlete in the world, but I was pretty athletic. I was immediately told, these are the things you're going to do. These are the things you're going to do. And all I wanted to do was sing and dance. I was a musical theater major. I wanted to do those things. And it took a long time for me to have the guts to say, I'm going to quit the basketball team. I'm going to do these other things. And to watch David's story sort of unfold in that exact same manner, where he felt this pressure that because when he was in fifth grade, he was taller than everybody. Everybody said, you're a basketball player. It became his identity, and it became his identity for so long. The longer that becomes your identity, the harder it is to sort of not only tear those walls down, externally, but also internally. It was everything that he had focused on in his life. And once he figured out, I don't have to be those things that people are making me be, I can be free, to watch that happen and to see David's life sort of explode after that in a way that is beautiful is, it was an amazing experience to watch that and to be able to be a part of getting out of the way and letting his story be told.
So, Miss Msangi, the episode you directed is about colorism and perfectionism. And how did you feel directing an episode about such an important topic?
It felt like a huge honor, actually, because it's one of those things that I feel like we talk about in community in sort of hushed whispers. But it's, it's not the kind of story that we get to share that often, and not just the fact of its existence, but sort of how that looks like and how that feels, and that it's not just irresponsible people trying to be celebrities, but just like, it can affect anybody. And there's reasons, there's very legitimate reasons as to why that influence comes in the first place. So it felt, I took on the responsibility. I felt like it was a huge responsibility for me to be able to help Vanessa tell that story.
Okay, so thank you everyone for talking with me.
Thank you so much, Avalon.
Thank you for talking with me, Ekwa Msangi, Elegance Bratton, Amiri Nash, Vanessa Aryee, and Rudy Valdez. Growing Up begins streaming on Disney Plus September 8th, 2022. I'm Avalon, reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our Kids First channel so you don't miss any interviews or reviews.